Hello, this is Micah1, and here's my Tesla Coil again. So I've made a few little modifications to it. So I have a different primary on here, and this is still the same secondary, which is the best secondary I've been able to build so far. I've tried to build a few more, but they've not gotten nearly as good performance as this one. But this is the same 540 turns of recycled wire from a transformer, and it still works great. But I cut the plastic tube off because it was getting in the way, and I put the ball on top there. It doesn't seem to have much of an effect to have the top load on top, but I don't know. I just put it on there just for convenience sake. But I have the wires, the wires stripped here so that I can connect it up to different windings, and that's about the best one right there for lighting up fluorescent light bulbs wirelessly. And I get about 3 feet of range, 3 feet of range there with it like that, and I'll show you that in a minute. But the rest of the circuit's basically the same, except that I've changed my all of my tip 31 transistors burned out, so I am using these other ones. These are 2N3767s. It's an older transistor, I guess you could say, but it's the metal case. But it seems to work. It's better than the tip 31 transistors. Also, all these other transistors on here also work. Not as good as the tip 31s, but they do work. But right now we're drawing about 400 milliamps, so it's similar to what I was drawing before. It draws a little bit more, but yeah. It's still running off the 24-volt batteries here, and it's grounded through this wire to the power supply here, and that's grounded. But I'll just show you some fluorescent light bulbs here working. And I also just today I picked up these nice little fluorescent light bulbs. So this ring one and this one, they're both burned out, but I got them from a hardware store that was throwing them out, or not throwing them out, but they were going to recycle them for the mercury or whatever. But that gets about at least 3 feet of range there, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty bright, but I was pretty lucky to find these. You can see the spots in there kind of like moving around. I'm not sure exactly what the bright spots are, but and then this ring one lights up real nice too. This one gets really good range also. But this is actually a 23-watt bulb. At least that's what it's supposed to be. I'm not sure how bright it is when I get it close here, but it's pretty bright. So it's definitely not 23 watts. It's probably a few watts maybe. But so those are those two fluorescent light bulbs. Let me switch the light back on here. And then also I figured out how to drive a little motor. So I have this little tiny motor here. It's a vibrator motor, but I took the weight off and put a propeller on there, and it's running right now. But it's connected up through a bridge rectifier diode there. This side here is connected to the ground of my power supply, and the other end is connected to this sheet of aluminum foil. Oh, it's stopped. Sometimes if you disturb it. There we go. So it's spinning there, and if we move this closer, you can hear it. It's going pretty fast there. And that's only about 6 inches away there from the Tesla Coil. So it's pretty good, and it'll get about 3 feet of range as well. Another thing, I've also gotten the, what did people call these? Just 2 diodes there, connected up to an LED, and there's a little antenna. But I can get range from directly from the Tesla Coil about 5 feet away, and then I'm also getting power off of the ground. So any ground connections near light switches or outlets work. So we'll light up this little LED. There's another one, and that works through most of the house, so that's pretty good. So Mongrel Shark was also getting that effect. And here's another little thing that I connected up. So I've just got this wire here connected to ground. That's connected to the bottom of this coil. This is the same coil I was running the fluorescent light bulb with, but I've got it connected up to the same diode assembly, just 2 diodes there, and then connected to a plug of this LED Christmas lights, and it's lighting that up real nicely, so that's pretty cool. And then I'll show you the main thing I just figured out today. So if I let me shut this off for a minute, take off the top load. And actually this Tesla Coil gets quite warm when it's running. I'm not sure that's just the resistance in the wire, or it's kind of acting as a, so I'm gonna put, I changed the primary windings there. Let me set this down for a second. I'll get this set up. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I've got this little wire here, and I'm going to connect this up to the top of the Tesla coil, so the output of the secondary there. So that's connected up, and then we've got that goes up to the light bulbs in the house. So got a few fluorescent light bulbs, and it's just twisted around the bulb there, so it's not actually mechanically connected, it's just wrapped around, or electrically connected. But and if you switch on the Tesla coil, we've got light. Let me put a can over top of the LEDs here because they're pretty bright. So that's, you're seeing with wireless light, basically. Well, not wireless light, I mean, it's like, I don't know, and it draws about an amp, so it should run off of those 12-volt batteries because they're 8 amp hour batteries. It should run off of them about 8 hours, so that's actually pretty good. It'd be a lot better than an inverter. But it's lighting up this room real nicely, and there's about 8 fluorescent light bulbs running off of it right now. So I just thought that was pretty neat little experiment I had set up there. And then it'll also, this wire here will light up fluorescent bulbs, and it will also light up, let me get my little 2 diode assembly here. It will also light this up in every room that wire is in. So that wire comes all the way in here, and I can just stand in the middle of the room here and hold this, and it lights up. So if I get it close to the wire, it gets really bright. So there you go, it's pretty bright now. But just thought that was pretty cool. And then if you get down close to the floor, then it turns off. Not quite enough range there coming off, but I don't know, I just thought it was pretty cool that I could do that. And the lights still work perfectly fine too. But you can see the little wire going around there. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So I'm not sure how efficient it really is, but it's probably putting out a lot of RF. The radio still works when it's like that, but it's over current there. But here's another current meter connected in series, and this one's about an amp, a little bit more than an amp. But I don't know, I just thought that was pretty cool. So I guess that's about it for the Tesla coil. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos.